August 16th, 2011 was the day that my life was completely altered. On this day, a sweet baby boy named Bentley was born. Little did I know he would have a huge impact on my life. The story of how I know Bentley is quite complicated, so I'll try to keep it short. My dad dated a woman named Michelle for about 8 years who had a daughter named Heather. Heather was always a troublemaker, and she ended up pregnant with Bentley when she was 17. Throughout her pregnancy, Heather was using drugs regularly, which was obviously affecting her unborn child. Even though the doctors could detect this when she went to her appointments, nothing was ever said to her or reported. So the day came that she gave birth to Bentley, and obviously he was born addicted, but for whatever reason, they allowed her to take him home. For 6 weeks, Bentley was exposed to even more drugs and was neglected in every way possible. Although I wasn't there to witness it myself, I've heard many traumatizing stories of what he went through in those 6 weeks. When he was 6 weeks old, Heather was finally sent to a rehabilitation center, and Bentley's grandma, my dad's girlfriend, was granted custody of him. So Bentley moved in with us. To be completely honest, I was originally upset that we would now have to take care of a child that was born to someone who I did not like, as selfish as that sounds. However, Bentley moving in with us was the best thing that has ever happened to me. Over the next 6 months, we cuddled and rocked him as much as we could to soothe his body from the withdrawal that he was going through. It was honestly the saddest thing that I have ever witnessed. He was going through so much pain caused by someone who was supposed to love him and protect him. In addition to this, Bentley has never had a father figure. Bentley came to be a part of my everyday life. I looked forward to coming home from school to see him. I took him to basketball games with me. I took him to church with me. It got to the point where people actually thought that he was my child, but that was okay because I considered him to be. When Heather was finally released from rehab, she was granted chaperone visitations. One day while she was seeing him, she was not watching him, and he put his arm in an oven and received third-degree burns. It seemed impossible that such a small child would have to go through so much, but this was not the end of his hardships. His first birthday came around, and he spent the entire day with me. His mother was only interested in being with her friends and only allotted 5 minutes out of her whole day to see him. It broke my heart that his biological family had no interest in spending time with him on his first birthday, but that was okay because my family loves him enough to make up for it. Since Bentley started talking, he has always referred to my dad as his pawpaw. For a long time, he called me Mommy, but we finally got him to learn my name. One day, when he was about 2 years old, I received a phone call that Bentley had fallen out of a 2-story window and was on his way to the hospital. Whoever was supposed to be watching him wasn't, and he found his way out of the window. I was absolutely terrified of what I would see when I got there. When I finally got to see him, all he wanted me to do was hold him. Miraculously, he did not break any bones. He was very sore for a long time, and it took him some time to walk again, but he came out with only a few scrapes and bruises. It was a miracle, to say the least. Bentley is now 3 years old, and he never ceases to amaze me. Contrary to what everyone expected of a child that had been born addicted, Bentley is the smartest 3-year-old I have ever met. Aside from being smart, he has a heart of gold. He has become my best friend, my safe haven, and the only person who can never fail to put a smile on my face. When I am with him, everything is right in the world. I was with him when he took his first steps, spoke his first words, went on his first beach trip, and I will continue to be there. Bentley has taught me selflessness. He has taught me to never take anything for granted because it can be taken in a second. He has taught me to appreciate my family because some people do not have a stable, loving family. If Bentley had not come into my life when he did, I do not think I would be the person I am today.